To even consider what the best muscle cars of all time are, there is a simple question that must be initially addressed. What is a muscle car? For many, a muscle car must be American, and hence manufactured by the likes of Chevrolet, Ford, or Chrysler, have a large V8 engine, and be from an age in which the inhabitants of a quarter-mile radius had never heard of Vin Diesel. Any of these models were available with higher specification, performance upgraded packages, as well as cosmetics packages, which enhanced their already high performance characteristics. Following are 10 of the greatest American muscle cars ever produced. So before we start, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Let's start our video. 10. 1970 Plymouth Hemi Cuda. The Plymouth Barracuda debuted mere weeks before the Ford Mustang, but it never reached the same sales levels. As a result, it has become one of the most sought historic muscle cars available. However, the Hemi-powered vehicle with a 7.0-liter displacement is the most sought-after type. It produced 425 horsepower, could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.6 seconds, and looked the part with its bold colors and shaker hood, so the engine's air intake protrudes through the bonnet. After being cancelled due to stricter emission standards, only 115 of these vehicles were produced. 9. 1970 Chevrolet CHEVELLE 454. Upon its release, this model was one of the 2 fastest mass-produced muscle cars money could buy, and 50 years later, it still holds its iconic status as one of the most renowned muscle cars of all time. Less than 4,500 of these LS6-powered demons on wheels ever left the factory. However, Chevrolet offered the vehicle in a range of specifications and with an even wider selection of optional components. 8. 1967 Mercury Cougar GT. The legendary Mercury Cougar came with a Ford 390C big block engine as part of the GT spec package. The suspension, brakes, tires, and exhaust system were also upgraded. The model's flip-up headlights let it have an end-to-end grille during the day, which added to the aggressive look of the Cougar. Not only did this model sell very well for the company, but it also won the 1967 Car of the Year award from Motor Trend. 7. 1977 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. The Pontiac Firebird Trans Am that Burt Reynolds drove in Smokey and the Bandit became a cult car because it was in the movie Smokey and the Bandit. That's pretty much as cool as it gets. The Pontiac Firebird line included the Trans Am, which had a 6.6-liter V8 engine that made about 200 HP. It could also come with a T-top roof that could be taken off and unique gold graphics. 6. 1968 Ford Mustang Fastback. The Mustang is one of the few muscle cars that can still be bought in the UK. It is one of the most well-known cars in the world because it was the main car in the movie Bullitt. The 1968 Fastback is a very special car. The Highland Green car used in that movie had a 6.4-liter V8 engine that made 320 HP. It was such a well-known car that Ford made a tribute to it for the new model. 5. 1967 Dodge Coronet. During its time on the market, the Dodge Coronet came in many different body styles. Buyers could get a station wagon, a convertible, or a coupe, which was probably the best of the 3. The bold curves and long hood make it look like it was made in the 1960s. There was also a huge range of engines, from the economical straight 6 to the 7.0-liter Hemi V8. 4. 1968 Dodge Charger. The Dodge Charger became famous as a muscle car after it was Dom Toretto's go-to car in the Fast and Furious series and other teen movies. There were different kinds of engines for the Charger, but the one in the show was the famous 7.0-liter Hemi V8. The way it looked was also a big hit. The headlight covers that flipped up and the wide grille made it stand out on the road. 3. 1964 Pontiac GTO. When the famous GTO name was first used, it was a package that could be added to the Pontiac Lemons. When the car was new, it cost an extra $295 and got you a 6.4-liter V8 with 325 HP. The GTO didn't become its model until 1960-6. In addition to giving the GTO a bigger engine, The upgrade made the suspension firmer and the steering sharper. When the GTO came out, people liked how it looked, and it still looks good today. 2. 1965 Pontiac Catalina 2+2. The Pontiac Catalina 2+2 was a large, high-performance car that was called the big brother to the famous GTO. In 1965, it came with 3 different engine options. The most powerful was the HO version, which had triple power, upgraded exhaust parts, and high lift cams. Together, these features helped the top-of-the-line version make a cool 376 up. Its boxy body, which was built around a B-body chassis, isn't as well known today as some of the other cars on this list, but it did have an impact on the design of future American pony cars. 1. 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner Superbird. The Plymouth Superbird looks pretty cool, that's not a question. It looks like it means business, probably because it does. Thanks to its unique nose cone and huge rear wing. So you can see that the Superbird was made for NASCAR racing. NASCAR rules say that any car that competes must also be able to be driven on the road, so the Superbird was made available to everyone. That was all about for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Like and share the video, and don't forget to comment on which of these is your favorite car. Thanks for watching.